Okay, so welcome. My name is Kathleen, and I'm here as your tech coach. And tonight we're going to talk about 5 different ways that you can go live. John's saying no voice. You should be hearing voice. If you're still not hearing voice, let me know. So, probably you know, that you need to go live in order for your business to be found out there, right? I mean, people expect now to find you online. And live streaming or recorded video is still the best way to go about getting your message out there, addressing your customer's need, having an ongoing conversation with your customers. Is he still saying no voice? It's working. Okay. Thank you, John. You had me scared there for a minute. So we're going to talk about 5 different ways that you can go live on Facebook, because some people think that there's only one, and there's not, which is good news, I think. It might not be totally good news for everybody because it's a little confusing, but the point is, we're going to talk about the 5 different ways. All you need to do is pick one. You don't have to use all 5. If you pick one of them and that works for you, then that's all you need to do, because the point is to get your content out there and to do so in a way that is easy for you, because then you will be more consistent, and consistency is what works with your customers. So you see how that all works? It's like the dominoes, right? You line them up and knock the first one over, and if you got them all lined up right, they all should fall over. That's the goal here. So we are going to start with the first one, which I just need to bring up so I can show it to you. John, let me know if the mic is too loud, too soft. I did make some last minute changes, because you're not supposed to do that before you go live, but I did, because I'm still changing things around, as you can see in the studio. Okay, really, Facebook is not going to load for me on the demo system, because that would be ironic. Here it goes. Okay, come on, Facebook. You can do this. I have faith in you. Most of the time. Okay, so if we go here, there we go. I'm down here in the corner. So this is the first way, and this is the way that most people know of. The thing is, something did change fairly recently, so let's start from the beginning. So you're on your page. In my case, it's my page. And most people are used to being able to go live from here, right? From where it says create post. Unfortunately, for reasons known only to them, you can do all kinds of things here, but you can't schedule your lives here. Mike sounds good. Thank you, John. Appreciate that. So you can do lots of stuff here, but you can't schedule your posts, okay? So, and actually, I mean, they say only that, but I don't see in here. I always look, because they keep changing it. I don't see a way to go live in here anymore. So we're going to work with that, because this just gives you the ability to upload a video or an image. So whatever reason they've taken it away from here, I don't really understand why, but the point is that you need to go into Creator Studio if you want to go live from a laptop or a desktop in your browser. Okay, and this is probably the way that most people are familiar with going live. Now, here's the fun part. Okay, that message, we all saw it. It said that you can go live from Creator Studio. Kind of. Okay, so over here, you can still upload your videos, right? Over here, you can create a post and go live. So again, I've had a lot of customers get very confused about this, so this is what we're talking about this, okay? Yes, there used to be an option over here to also go live. For whatever reason, they have taken it away, and they have put it over here. So you can schedule to go live, which is a good thing to do, because then you've got a link you can share with your customers through your email list or social media, and on Facebook. Or you can go ahead and upload single video, multiple videos, which you can also do over here. That's what is confusing to most people, is why can you do some of the features on the right side and all of the features on the left side? All I can tell you is it's Facebook, okay? There's just times when it's not worth fighting through their logic to try to understand what they're doing. It's just better to roll with it. So that's how it is. That's how it is. in 6 months when you come back to this video, it may be different, and I will do an update then. Frankly, tomorrow it may be different, and if so, then I'll come back and do another video. But for right now, in this moment, this is how you can do it. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to schedule. Now, you're going to notice something here. They're going to take us from Creator Studio, which has been the big push where we're supposed to do all of our creating, right? And they're going to send us someplace else. Don't freak out. This is the new normal. And so what they're going to do is they're going to take us to the Live Producer, so Facebook Live Producer. Okay, now one of the benefits of that is this little thing right here. If you have struggled in the past with trying to figure out which link to give your audience so that they can catch your live videos, and you're not alone because of the whole double post thing and all that, we won't go into that again here. This is the easiest way now to do it, right? You can give them a link that says, go to facebook.com, your Facebook ID /live, okay, you can copy it and paste it, and they will always see your live video there. Now, the caveat here is that they're going to see you while you are live there. It will also take them to a page that shows, actually I can show you. It will show your other videos. What it doesn't do is help your audience members who maybe are a little bit behind with what's going on in life. And sorry, this is going to get a little meta here for a second, but I just want to show you. So, see, we are live, and so you are seeing it live, hence the meta. Matter of fact, maybe what I should do to make it a little less meta is do this. There we go. Now it's a little less meta for you. So you can see, that we are live, and so somebody who's watching it now is seeing the content. I don't know why that just happened. That was weird. That was very weird. I'm not even going to try to figure that out. But they can also come here to see your past live videos. What you lose by using that live URL is the ability to let them link directly to particular content. Why is that happening? Seriously, why? Oh, because it opened up in a new browser tab. Gotcha. So what you are losing by doing this, I will come back to you here. That would be this one. Hello again. What you're losing by using this live link is the ability to deep link them to the particular video, right? So if they use this option, what they're going to do is and they aren't catching you live, which most of your audience is not. Most of your audience is not going to catch up live. Hey, Jason, how you doing? Good to see you. Love your masks. They're not going to be able to get directly to old videos. So like, let's say, somebody's been crazy and they want to get caught up on your content, right? Because that's a super fan. And so they go back into your emails or your social, and they go to click on that link. It's going to take them to this page. Let me bring this back up for you again, now that I remember what's going on. No, not there. Sorry, wrong window. There we go. That's the upside and downside of having multiple screens. Hang on, we'll make that go away. Delete. Yes, really delete. So by bringing them to this page, while yes, they can get to, I'm still trying to get used to where I've got all my new screens. They're going to see your current, they will see your past lives, but they're going to have to search for it. You're losing that benefit of being able to just bring them right to that video. 6 of one, half dozen of the other, how much you're going to care about that, how much your audience is going to care about that. It's just something I want to make you aware of. So if you're going to use that /live link, it's great because you can just always be sure that people will see your live if they come by when you are live, and they will get to your videos, but if they want to see something from 2 or 3 weeks ago, they're going to have to do a little searching. So again, not a problem, but something to be aware of. All right, so let's go back. So as I said, you went into Creator Studio, you clicked on the create on the left side, you said, I want to schedule. Even though you said that you wanted to schedule, let me just back you up here again, right? So we looked at this, it was create post, upload video, multiple videos, go live, right? You can choose to go live, to schedule, or to create live videos and events. We're just going to focus on the scheduling live videos for now, but just know that from here you can just go ahead and go live on the fly, which is a great thing to do too. Oh, I'm sorry, sweetheart. The poor puppy. I was waiting to give him his treat till I started, and he's been sitting here patiently waiting for it. There you go, sweetheart. Okay. So you're going to come in here, and then you can pick the different ways. And we're not going to go into too much detail here because I'm just talking about how you can go live. But there's different ways you can do it. You can use a stream key. You can just use the camera and do it right through this Facebook tool. So you don't have to have a third party. We'll go here. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry, you're going to get a kind of a weird angle here, but that's... Oh, it's so dark you can't see it anyway. But anyway, so this is going to use your onboard camera, and it's going to use your onboard mic by default. You can go in and change it. I have to remember where. I think it's... Oh, yeah, it's down here. So you could come down here, and you can change the camera. You can change the mic. So if you have a better mic plugged in, you could do that. And you can just go live. You can just absolutely go live right here, or you can click here to do the scheduled video. I am going to just be careful here for a minute because there is stuff I don't want to share with the public on this, so let me just make sure I get the page positioned right. How far down can I go before we go bad? Okay, so that's as far as we'll go. All right. I apologize for the doggy noise. He's being happy. He's attacking his treat. So if you're going to schedule a video, over here is where you're going to do most of your work. There are some things that you can set over here. Probably the most important one for most people is that you can come over here and you can say, I only want people who are followers or who have had accounts for, you know, a certain, what is it, 2 weeks? 2 weeks, yeah. So 2 weeks of time, or who have followed you for 15 minutes. You can make these choices if you want to avoid or minimize the problems with trolls. So that's a good thing. But most of the other stuff you're going to do is over here, right? So you're going to pick your day, right? And it's just a calendar view. You can specify a time. Be careful. Make sure that you're getting the AM and PM. You can also come in here and type it if you prefer that. So just be aware, but I can't tell you how many times I've scheduled something for 8 a.m. instead of 8 p.m. And believe me, I am never speaking English at 8 a.m. I am not a morning person. You can pick, if you have different pages, you can pick different ones. You can also decide to do it to your timeline or in a group. Now, do be careful, okay? You don't want to do business in your personal timeline. That will make Facebook cranky, and you don't want Facebook cranky because getting them uncranky is very, very difficult. You put your title in here. You can put a little description in here. If you have multiple places that you can cross-post, you can do that. You can change your audience settings if you would like to do that. Now, this is all free. This is all free stuff that you're doing. If you have created a thumbnail, and you should, and whoops, I'm sorry, I've got the wrong screen up. Hang on, let me back up. This one. Let me back up for you. Oh, my goodness. All right, we'll be doing this topic again. All right, so if you come in here, you're going to be doing most of your work over here on this side, on the left side. Let me get it back to where it was when it loaded. John, you didn't tell me. So you can see that you can, you can choose to go live now, right? And you can come down and you can say, I want to use my camera. And then you can come down here and you don't have to use the onboard camera. You can select a different one if you have it. You don't have to use the onboard mic. If you have a different one plugged in, you can select it here. You can also screen share. Now, the thing to know about, if you do the go live now and you select screen share, it won't let you turn that off and go back to your camera. You're making a decision here that you're going to only do share screen, and you're not going to go back to being on camera. So just be aware of that. A lot of people, that trips them up. But really everything else you're going to do is over here, which is exactly the same as what you're going to do when you're scheduling a live video. Actually, let me go back to go live now. Now that I'm thinking about it, does it let you... Oh, you do. So you can set the same you can put the same controls on comments. That's nice. I never thought about that before, but it just popped into my head. So you can do all that kind of stuff. You can also do other things, like you can check your stream health. You can do polls. You can see the questions that come back. So there's some nice functionality in this. And it's a free tool, right? Facebook is just making this available to you to go ahead and rock and roll with. And you can go ahead and you can schedule. Now you can schedule out up to 7 days. So you can come down here, you pick the date and your little calendar picker here. You can pick your time. This is where I'm telling you be very careful. Very often I have to go back and edit it because I've picked AM instead of PM, and nobody wants to talk to me at 8 a.m. Trust me on that. If you have multiple pages, you can select them here and select which one down here. You can also do it to your timeline, but like I said, don't do business on your timeline, on your personal timeline. That will not make Facebook happy. But if you have permission, or you have your own group, or if you have permission from a group you're in to share, you can select that here. Most of the time, you're going to do it to your page. You're going to put your title in here, whatever. Oh, I keep doing that. I keep going to the wrong keyboard. So whatever in here, you can put your description in here. Let's go down a little bit. If you have multiple pages and this is content that you do want to cross-post, you can go ahead and select that here. Just be selective about that. You don't want to necessarily spew everything everywhere because it is harder for you to manage your comments and types of things. Also, it's not such a great thing for building your audience, right? You kind of want to keep your audience in the same place. Here is where you're going to select your thumbnail because you've created a thumbnail, right? If you don't know what I'm talking about, you can go back and watch. In fact, I'll go back later and I'll put it in the descriptions. Thumbnails are very important for your videos, whether it's a recorded video or it's a live video. And so I did a whole show just specifically on that. And once you've created it, this is where you would get that. If you're a gamer, you can come down here and specify your game, if that's what you're going live with. And then when you've filled in all these things, you'll get this button down here, and it will let you then schedule it. And like it says here in this message, okay, it has to be at least 11 minutes into the future and a maximum of 7 days from now. It used to be 10 days. For some reason, they've changed it to 7 days. Ours is not to wonder why. Well, we can, but they're not going to tell us. So this is the number one. This is the first way. This is a very common way for people to go live on Facebook, either to go live now or to go ahead and schedule it out for the future, again, so that you can share that with your socials and so on and so forth. So I'm not seeing any questions on that. Yes, we're good. Okay, so we're going to go to number 2. Let me come back here for a second. Also, I'm going to take a swig of this. Alrighty. So we've talked about the free way that Facebook has given you to do from your laptop or your desktop. Now, another caveat about that is, yes, you can schedule in advance, and then you can come back here and you can do the video, same process, to get into your previously scheduled video and start it using the Facebook tool. So you can do everything inside of Facebook, inside the browser, on your laptop or your desktop. Here's the thing that trips people up. People want to be able to set up the stream, schedule a stream, doing it just the way I told you, just the way I showed you, but they want to be able to actually go live from their mobile device, right? So they want to fire this up and go and start their scheduled stream from here. You can't do that doing the way I just showed you, but we're going to talk about an alternative in a second. So don't panic, stick around, we'll keep going. But before we go there, I do want to take you to the next logical step, which is going live from your mobile device. So let's bring that down. Hello, Murphy. I know you're a happy boy now. I know. So, no, see, I did that again. Why is that? That's the one I want. Okay. I have to rewire those 2 buttons. Evidently, I set them up backwards. It happens. Especially when you're rebuilding your studio. So the first one I want to talk about is Facebook Pages Manager, which a lot of people already have installed. Now, I've got it up here from the Android store. It's also available for iOS, so you're covered on that. And it's a fairly, basic kind of thing, right? You can go in and you can work with your messages and your comments. You've got your inbox. But what a lot of people don't realize is that you can actually go live from this. And a lot of people think that, that's not an option at all. And I'm looking at these things and now I'm realizing that's because they don't actually show this in here. But I'm telling you that you actually can. And so maybe I should bring it up on here so I can show you. Because you can actually go live from the Pages Manager. So let me bring this up. Unfortunately, I'm not really set up for it, so we'll have to wing it a little bit. One sec. So in your... When you go into the Pages Manager, I'm just making sure they didn't take it away. No, it's here. Okay. So when you first go into Pages Manager, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to do it this way, right? So you've got this is your landing page, right? And then you've got these options that are right there, okay? These ones across. And you want to pick the one that says Post. And when you get Post, then you can see right there, you've got your Go Live option, which, by the way, is how it used to work on the desktop. So right from there, you can just go ahead and do your live that way. Now, again, you're not going to be able to schedule it. That is for going live, like, on the fly. I'm just checking to make sure, because they didn't take it away or change anything. No, they still won't let you schedule it here. So this is an option for going live if you're just doing it on the fly. You just want to jump on, you want to talk to people, or maybe you've told your audience in advance you're going to go live, but you didn't actually schedule it through Facebook. You're just sent out an email or a social media post saying, hey, you know, I'm going to go live on Friday at 5 o'clock and I've got a big announcement for you, right? And you tell everybody, hey, you know, go to my Facebook page. You can use that live link. That's the other good thing about that live link, is even though you didn't schedule it, the fact that you went live works, so you can go ahead and hand out that link. Oh, that's interesting, Jason. I did not know that. Hang on one sec. Got to switch mice on this. Hang on. Oh, did that not work? Seriously? Okay, well, let me see if I put it in the queue. Will it work? Evidently not. All right, well, like I said, I am still mucking around with things, so evidently vMix Social is not really linked up. I don't know why. Hang on one second. Let me just try something. Let me do that. And then I do that. Ah, okay, there we go. It's like, it should work. So Jason's telling us that from the Facebook Pages Manager app, you can actually get basic stats when you go live from the app. That's a huge bonus. I did not know that. I'm going to have to try that and play with it. So thank you, Jason. I had no idea. I know you've been doing that a lot. So you're the expert. It's a good night for you to show up, because if I'm missing anything or if there's anything that we should tell people, please let me know and we'll pass that along. So thank you for that. That goes away. Oh, evidently not. All right. We are still working out the kinks on my system here. And just for bonus points, the captions went away too, because why not? Let me get the captions back. Right? We tested this the other night, John, and it worked fine. And now tonight, of course, everything's not, because it's live, and that's what happens. Hey, Stacy, how you doing? My awesome captions just went away, so I'm going to give it 2 seconds to see if I can get it back. If not, I'll just let it go. It's not the end of the world. So yeah, we'll give it a second. So the point is that you can actually go live from the Facebook Pages Manager, despite the fact that people think that they can't. And the whole reason they think they can't is because they don't realize that if they go to do a post, the live option is actually there. So that is a good thing. Oh, I should have said switch to basic mode. So that's one. The other one, which should come as no surprise, is Creator Studio. So in Creator Studio, you can also... it came back. That one. There we go. I'll put that one back too. So in Creator Studio, that's another option. Now, you don't have to do both. Remember, the whole point of this show is I'm giving you 5 different ways to go live. You don't have to use all 5. Pick one, fall in love with it, go forward. So this is another way to do it. If you're very comfortable in Creator Studio, if you already have the app on your phone, or if you're thinking about putting it on the phone, this is another way for you to go ahead and go live directly from your phone. Again, you cannot schedule it. Let me see if I can find it on here, since evidently the store picks don't show you everything. Let me just verify that, because... Okay, so you get your details. You can manage your posts, which is probably how you're going to do this. You can create and schedule your posts. That's really nice from here. Just see if it shows the go live in here. No, of course not, because that would be easy. Okay. So again, from here, so when you go in, just make sure you get the right thing up. So this is, again, the landing page that you get. And then to go live... I did this. Did they update this again on me? Wouldn't surprise me. I did literally test this the other night. And now it's not working. Okay, maybe I'm lying to you. Hang on, let me just double check. Seriously tested this yesterday. Did an update come out? Do you know, Jason? You never heard of Creator Studio. Glad you said, oh, that's good. Thank you for that. Because evidently they've taken this away. I literally clicked on it and it let me go live from the post like I could do on Pages. You know what? I may be on the beta path for this one. That might be why it was here and went away. Okay. Well, so right now, if you're not on the beta path, you're going to want to use Pages. But yeah, the Creator app is actually pretty nice, especially the fact that you can do drafts, you can schedule your posts, all that kind of good stuff. I'm going to have to get myself off of the beta path because clearly that's confusing life. Because it was here. So just to show you, yesterday when I did this, when I went into video, it gave me the opportunity to go live, not just select a video. And it's not here right now. So for right now, your options are to go live through the browser using Facebook Live, which you get to through Creator Studio, or use the Facebook Pages, which does give you, when you go into posts, the go live option. The one from the browser, you can schedule or go live on the fly. The one on the phone, you can only do on the fly, even if you have scheduled it through the Facebook producer scheduling tool. So I know that sounds a little confusing. A lot of people assume that because it's scheduled, they can jump on the phone and go live. That's not the case. Okay. Live and learn. Things are always changing. Yeah, Murphy is very happy. He got his treat, so he's pretty content at the moment. Alrighty, so let's go on to option number 3. Hello. Sorry, I'm just trying to get everything back loaded because it all just flashed at me. Okay, that's fine. We can work around it. All right. As in Murphy's Law, yes, yes. Yes, we can say hi to Murphy. Let's see, can we get the camera up? Let's see if we can get Murphy's camera up. Hang on. You gonna say hi, Murph? Are you gonna be sociable for a change, huh? Let's see if we can get you. Oh, we need your light. We need your puppy light. Hang on. Can you see him now? Murphy! Hi, puppy! Hello! I know that light's too bright for you. You don't really like the bright light. I know, but they can't see you otherwise. We have to figure out a special light for you. Yeah? You're not going to be social? You're not going to say hi? There's the puppy's face. Hello! He's been such a good boy. It's been so hard for him with all of the fireworks and other relative nonsense going on around here, you know, celebrating the holiday. But he's been so good. Right? Yes, you've been a very good boy. Yeah, I'll turn off the light. I know. You're very easily overwhelmed at the moment. Okay. Yeah, we got to get the puppy on the air every once in a while. All right, so next, which I evidently didn't give myself, that's okay. So let's talk about 2 middle-of-the-road solutions that will make it possible for you to, again, go live however you want. I have to remember the name of the other one since I didn't write it down. Brain, why are you doing this to me? Okay, Jason, you're there. you're an iOS user. What is the app that is iOS only that lets you go live to Facebook? David and Luria had him on a couple of months ago. I'm just drawing a blank. It's not StreamYard, it's the other one. What is the other one? Do you remember? Oh, he might be away. Give me 1 sec. I'll find it for you because you're important to me and that matters. My brain's going to explode as soon as I see it because I know this name. I'm just forgetting. iOS. Yeah, no, there's an app. There's a third-party tool. It's not StreamYard. It's the other one. The hell is the name of it? Switcher Studio. That's what it was. Thank you. See, you popped it into my head just by responding. One sec. So since I'm talking about that, that's the one we'll start with. Now this particular one is iOS only, but I do have one for the rest of us. Yeah, whatever. Okay, so Mac has Mevo cameras. Yes, Mac does have that option too. But in particular, what I'm talking about is Switcher Studio right now, because Switcher Studio is something that you can use on your iOS device to go live on Facebook and I think other places, but we're talking about Facebook tonight. And it will also let you do scheduled lives from your iOS devices. So it gives you a two-week free plan. And the nice thing about this one and the one I'm going to talk about in a second is that it lets you do that like higher level type of stream, right? So when you're doing things in Facebook Live Producer, you can have a camera, you can have a mic. That's pretty much it. Like I said, if you decide to share your screen, you can't go back to your camera, right? So it's great. You know, it's free. It's there. You can use it, but it's not super flexible. Now that doesn't mean that you can't do a professional stream that way. You absolutely can, right? It's all about the content. But if you're looking for those other little niceties, like you know how I love my little lower thirds and all the other fun things. This particular app will give you a little bit more of that. Well, it'll certainly give you more than what you can do using just the Facebook Live Producer. It doesn't give you as much as you can do using a true streaming tool, which we'll talk about in a minute. So it's sort of that nice midway point. But so you can see here in this promo page, right, that you can add on overlays. You can add on, text. You can bring in different camera views, even like a guest you could bring in. Is Switcher Studio a single fee per month for unlimited cameras? I don't think so. We will go there in a minute. I'm an Android girl and a Windows girl, so I know that this exists. I know about the functionality. I don't know it inside out because I haven't actually played with it. So let's go take a look. So you can see that it does the overlays. It does that kind of extra features, extra functionality that you don't get from a Facebook Live Producer solution. Of course, Facebook Live Producer is free, so there's that. You get 2 weeks free, so if you want to give this a try, that's certainly an option. So it is a monthly charge. So it's $40 a month per user. You can have one guest. You can have up to 20 assets, which is pretty good, actually. And you can screen share, and it works on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitch, and Microsoft Stream. I don't know what Microsoft Stream is. Was that Mixer? Because Mixer's gone. But anyway, Dynamic Lower Third is a nice touch to that other streamers can produce. Exactly. Yeah, so it's all different levels, and it's about what anybody needs. Not everybody needs all the bells and whistles, although heaven knows I love them. But the point is that there's different ways to go live. There's different levels of functionality, and depending on what it is that you are looking for yourself, you can get what you want through these different options, right? So we talked about free from the browser. We've talked about free from your mobile phone. Now we're moving up a level, right? And so this is a monthly fee. But like, for example, I have been talking to some real estate folks, right? Because with everything's going on, they're looking for ways to keep showing houses without necessarily maybe having the people right there. And this is turning out to be a good option for them. There's actually another option with the live view, but we're not going to go into that because that's really expensive. So this has been sort of a good way for people to kind of, walk people through, have those conversations when they're away from things. Microsoft Stream is part of Office 365. It's more, okay, thank you. Yeah, they're just moving us Office 365 at work, so I guess I'll find out. Thank you for that, because I was like, yeah, why wouldn't they just say Mixer if they meant Mixer? They do get points for not having Mixer listed since Mixer is dead. Okay, so this is another way to go. It has some really nice functionality. including inviting guests, video chat, you get cloud storage, you get production tools with it, but it is a monthly charge. So it may not be the right solution for everybody. It's also only iOS. But if this is something that you're looking for, and it sounds like Stacy might be interested in this one, it is certainly something to consider. So there is that. And then something that works across the different platforms is StreamYard. Now, StreamYard is another one. This is a browser-based tool. And it lets you do guests, right? You can go to Facebook, you can go to YouTube, you can do LinkedIn. You can do some basic overlay kind of stuff. You can do calls to action. Yeah, and you can broadcast it. So there's a lot of different functionality here. So this is another way for you to get a little bit more than you're going to get from something like Facebook Live Producer. Now, where is... They do have a free. I don't remember how long the free lasts. So let's go down here and look. Okay. So, it looks like they've got a free forever. Well, that's nice. I like free forever. So you can do a free forever. It does screen sharing. It gives you banners. You can show on-screen comments. It's got some fairly good functionality. And then if you want a little bit more, so for the free version, you could have up to 6 guests on at the same time. Green screen, but don't do green screen. You can stream from anywhere. It does show their branding because it's free, right? There's a trade-off when you do free. So that is certainly something to keep in mind also. And then you can go up. You can do $20 a month if you want to be able to do more things. And it looks like, when you get to $20 a month, so as soon as you start paying for it, you don't have to show their logo anymore. So that's not a bad way to go either. And then, of course, there's you are limited to the number of hours, right? So with the basic, it doesn't say it. Okay, so with the free version, you can do up to 20 hours per month. And frankly, for most people, that's more than enough. But that goes away, as you go up in the price. But I mean, the professional level is only $40 a month. So if you compare this to Switcher Studio, it's definitely more reasonably priced. It just maybe, doesn't have all of the same exact bells and whistles, but it is highly functional. I do know a lot of people who are using this exclusively right now. So it is another way to go, another thing to consider. So this is called StreamYard. And I'll make sure I add all these links into the description so that you can get to these easily. Okay, so let's just recap here real quick. So we have talked about doing it for free through the Facebook browser on your desktop or your laptop. We've talked about doing it going for live for free, using the Facebook Pages app, which works on iOS and on Android. The only thing that lets you schedule in those two levels is the Facebook Live Producer from the desktop or the laptop, but you cannot then use a mobile device to go live. You'd have to do it from either of those types of devices. Then the next level would be something like this. So it's a third-party tool, browser-based. You can either go with StreamYard or you can go with Switcher Studio if you're iOS. So those are the 3 that we're starting off with here. The 4th level, okay, we're up to number 4. The 4th level of this would be to go live using a streaming tool. Now this starts to get a little bit more involved, right? Because you need to have equipment that can handle the weight, right, and the load of doing streaming. So, something like super simple, like a Chromebook, is not going to work so well for this. A MacBook Pro, sorry, not so much for this. You need to get to some pretty significant hardware for this. The general rule of thumb is a gaming system, right? If you get a gaming PC, that's absolutely going to work. Or if you get some of the higher end Mac computers, the more current ones, then you can do that. And I'm going to talk to you about 2 different ones. We'll talk about the Mac first. Make that go away. There we go. Now that I know that my buttons are switched, I know what to do. So if you are a Mac user, Ecamm is a good way to go. It has an amazing amount of functionality. You can do interviews, you can have different scenes, so you can switch things up, you can bring in music, you can do slides, you can do pips, you can do all kinds of cool stuff in this. And it is specifically built for the Mac, so it makes the most of everything that you've got, on your Mac. It works obviously with the Mac devices also, so you can use your iPad or your phone or whatever. And I think they give you, is it 10 days, 2 weeks? I don't remember what the free trial is. Let me go look. You do get a free trial. No, don't download. I don't remember how long, and they're not making that obvious. Let's see, if we go to the bottom, sometimes they make stuff more obvious down here. Except this time. Okay, that's all right. They also offer other functionality. Okay, 14 days. You had to click around a little bit, but they did give it to you. So you get a 14-day trial to use Ecamm Live. That's the tool. They also have different levels if you're going to buy it. Let's see. Oh, they also took off Mixer. Good. Okay. So it goes to all the different platforms. You can do a lot of very cool things in here if you want to take your stream to that level. Now, again, this is not a have to. This is just an option for you if you want to do it. You can do the overlays. It gives you feedback on how your stream is doing. You can bring in comments, all that cool kind of stuff. And you can bring in up to 5 guests at a time. So that's kind of cool too. Overlays. You can bring in pre-rolls, all that stuff. So you can share your desktop. So if you're doing any kind of training kind of thing, if you want to bring in different kind of guests, this is a great way to go. It's a great way to take your streams to the next level, to be more professional in how you present things, to add that kind of subtle wow factor that communicates to people subconsciously that, hey, this person knows what they're doing. But there is a bit of a learning curve for this. I can tell you that if you're looking for free training, you can go to livestreamingpros.com/ecamm. They've got free training there for you. I don't get anything for it. I'm just letting you know that it's there. So there is that. They've also got a very strong community on Facebook, so you can go and look that up if you're interested in that. The next one, and the one I use, is vMix, not Ecamm, vMix. So it's just like Ecamm was only for Macs, vMix is only for PCs. I'm not going to kid you. I love the software. I don't fall in love with software very easily, right? Because I work in IT, but oh my God, I love this tool. Let's see. Let me push my luck here and see if I can show you what this looks like. Now, I'm going to do this, not to freak you out, but just to show you that it is definitely something that will let you do professional broadcasts. Let's see. Okay, so we're going to get a little meta here because this is actually what I'm streaming from at the moment. But this is vMix. This is the type of tool that you will grow into. You can start off very basic with this. You can do your one camera and your one mic and do that, but you do get, all these little niceties here, right? So you can do this, you can bring this in, you can do this kind of thing, right? I've got the comments coming in, I can switch cameras, I'm bringing in stuff from different devices. So there's a lot of power in this tool. People get overwhelmed looking at all of this, and I understand that. I did too at first, but the trick here is to start simple. Start with your one camera and your one mic, and then layer on things as you go. And again, you can get training from livestreamingpros.com if you want that. Also, the vMix YouTube channel is chock full of all kinds of really good, powerful training material. So that is another option for those of you who are PC users. It is definitely something that you'll be able to wow your audience with. There's just no other way to put it. It really does impress people when you start to put all of that to work. Okay, sorry, I'm just getting everything back. Hey, Stuart Video, how are you doing over there on YouTube? I see you. Let me go back here. I knew that. No, I don't want to do that. I want to switch back to view all. There we go. That's why I didn't see you, because this was not updating. Okay, there we go. Okay, so that covers 1 through 4, right? So we talked about you can do this from your browser using all the free functionality that Facebook Live Producer gives you. You can schedule, you can go live now, but that's pretty much it, right? You can't bring up comments, you can't really do a lot of high-end stuff, but it is completely functional, so you can schedule, you can do it live, and It's all free. It's in the environment you're used to if you're on Facebook all the time. So that's a great way to go for a lot of people. If you want to do things mobile into Facebook, you can use the Facebook Pages Manager. Murphy, good boy. Getting into things he shouldn't. You can use the Facebook Pages app on your phone. However, you can only go live now from that. You cannot schedule something on your desktop or laptop and then use your mobile device to go live through that app. Unless you go to number 3, which is one of the third-party tools, something like StreamYard or Switcher Studio. Those will let you go live using your mobile devices, although Switcher Studio is only iOS, but they will let you go live from your mobile devices or through a browser, whatever you prefer. But you can also do it for the scheduled and for the go live. So that gives you that extra bit of functionality. They also add the extra functionality of being able to do things like bring in comments and put up overlays and bring in guests. But there is a cost for those every month. So it's a trade-off how important those things are to you or not. That's only a decision that you can make. So those are those 3. If you want to go even above that, you can use a streaming tool like Ecamm on the Mac or vMix on the PC. Again, that's not a mobile thing, but you can bring in mobile for it. You can also bring in guests and do a lot of higher end kind of stuff. I use vMix on the PC. I love it. It could be that none of this sounds appealing to you. It could be that you're listening to this and you're like, la 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 la, it's too much, I can't deal. That's okay, because there is a 5th option. And the 5th option is somebody like me. You can have somebody remote produce your live streams for you or your recorded videos or whatever. The technology has gotten to the point where that's really a possibility. Like a few years ago, it would have been insane to try it. Now it's not a problem. It totally works. So in addition to you not having to buy fancy software, not having to understand all of it, install it, figure it all out yourself, you can pay somebody like me to do it for you. We can do it on a regular basis, or we can do it, whenever you feel like it. Obviously on the fly might not work because I have other clients, but we could work on, things out. But that is certainly something, if you really are just overloaded by this, you can't deal with the thought of it, you don't want to have to learn something new, you don't have time, this is another way to go. The other reason why you might want to consider a live producer is maybe you don't have the bandwidth. Maybe you're living someplace where you are really limited on bandwidth and you're concerned about that. So if you want to have a little more faith that it's going to work for you, right? Or let's say, you've got just enough bandwidth to maybe get a signal out, but you can't do all this extra stuff, or your hardware can't handle this extra stuff, even though maybe you're willing to do it, you don't have the bandwidth. You can have somebody like me do that. So I've done this for several years now, and I was bringing in somebody who very often was in a place that had terrible internet. But nobody knew because I was just bringing her signal in and my system was handling everything else because I've got, frankly, really awesome bandwidth and I've got all the cool toys. So all I needed from her was a clear video signal and clear audio, and I handled the rest. So she would, talk and do her thing and do her teachings, and then I would bring up the slide decks that she wanted to show, or bring up the lower thirds, or bring in comments. See, like this. Okay, so I could bring up the comments for her. The way we do it, we had a little chat window so I could let her know if people had questions or if she should just keep going, so she could keep that up on her screen. She didn't have to deal with it. All she had to do was be there at the day and time, and I took care of all the rest of it. Now, of course, we did meet, once a week to make sure that we were all on the same page, and she let me know what the topic was and what she wanted to cover. The point is, if you know that you need to be live, right, but you aren't doing it because you are just not able to deal with it for whatever reason, hardware, bandwidth, life overload, I just want you to know that you do have another option. So it doesn't have to be me, but you can use me. You can just reach out to me. Really? Oh, that's right. I gotta take that down first. Hang on. It works better when I'm doing it for somebody else. Trying to run your own show and do the show at the same time, a little much. But you can just go to yourtechcoach.net, leave off the mailing list, this is for the other thing, and there's a contact form there so you can tell me what you're looking for, or you can go ahead and schedule an appointment, and we can talk about it. The point being, you don't have to not do this. You don't have to do this alone if it's not working for you. If you feel like you would benefit and your audience would benefit, your content would benefit from having somebody help you, not everybody realizes that's an option. It is. So there you go. Yeah, vMix is amazing and powerful. And that's the thing. Yeah, I mean, so I know everybody, when they first load it, they're kind of like, oh my God, it's too much. But you work into it. It's like any other software, right? Most software, there's a learning curve. So you start off, just do the basics. And then every time you're like, gee, I wonder if, and then you find out vMix does that. So far, I have not had a, gee, I wonder if moment that vMix has not been able to handle. Just saying. And I'm sure Ecamm can too. I'm not a Mac girl. What can I tell you? I love my PCs. So there you go. It's 5 different ways that you can go live, either scheduled or on the fly, using whatever solution works best for you at either zero costs, up to a monthly cost, depending on what level of service you're looking for. Okay? Does anybody have any questions? Because I'm going to go and take the puppy out to do his thing before the fireworks start again, because we're in that window now. Okay, I think we're good. If you do have any questions, comments, you can always reach out to me. Go to yourtechcoach.net. Also, I will be on Twitch around 10:30 or 11, depending on how the fireworks go. So you can always swing over there if you have questions later. It's yourtechcoach it's twitch.tv/yourtechcoach. All right. Stacy says she's going to go and explore new options. Cool. That's sort of what the whole point of this was, hey, there's options out there. And there's more options out there, right? So I just kind of cherry picked a few to let you know that you can do it on your desktop or laptop. You can do it on mobile. You can do it using third-party browser tools, or you can do it using full-fledged streaming tools or hiring somebody like me. Might see you later. Awesome. If not, please say hi to everybody for me. I hope everybody's doing well. I'm dying to hear how Steampunk is doing. But we can chat later. All right, everybody, thank you so much for coming by. I am here every Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time with a different topic. Feel free to reach out if you have questions, comments, if you have an idea for a show. That's all great. Most of the good shows come from either interactions I've had with clients during the week or ideas that people have submitted. So you just go to yourtechcoach.net. If you'd like to join the mailing list to know what's coming down the pike, go right ahead. You don't have to worry. I respect your privacy. You will only get emails from me. Take it easy, everybody. Have a good holiday weekend if you are in the U.S., and just have a good weekend if you're not. And we will talk again next week. Bye.